Alright guys, it's the lunch hour and we are going to attempt to create endpoints using platypie.com. Full disclosure, platypie.com is a project that I have worked on, so a little bit of a marketing ploy, but it does the job that I needed to do, hopefully. So we're going to go to app.platypie.com. I already have an account, so I should be signed in here. So what we're going to do is we are going to create our sign in and sign up endpoints. So we'll just do v1 or do API version 1 sign up, and then we'll do API v1 sign in. Okay, so we have those two endpoints. We'll go ahead and do API. Well, I'm actually gonna hold off on doing the forgot password endpoint because I want to make sure that if we create a new endpoint, if it falls into the same API. So a little bit of debugging here too. So sign up is gonna be a post request. We're gonna add a response. I'm gonna make sign up be a 201, and the reason is what would we return with the 201? We might return an access token. We would need an access token. Let's do a fake access or fake jot. We'll just use this jot here from jot.io. Alright, so access token. And then we should also get a refresh token here. I wonder if I can get an example. I don't know if I should use the same one. Because I would think UID. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Is the token? Okay. I'm not going to use this response because I don't care to. I don't think I need all that data returned. So I just want a refresh token example. So we'll just take these two and we'll go back to Platypie and we'll just post these in here. Okay, cool. So we'll save changes. Okay, so now we have a 201 response. And now we'll do sign in. This is also going to be a post. Add response. And I think sign in should return the same. Save changes. Oh, I forgot a status code. 200 would be the status code for that. So the request body is going to need a, we'll do a username, John. We'll do a password here. Password, okay, cool. So we'll save that. So now we have our body here, and then request body here, and this one's going to be username John. Actually, I think we should send an email at email.com. I think the username should be an email, in my opinion. It's not gonna let me edit that, so that's, we'll just delete this, I guess. And then we'll add our request body. Oh. Alright, so now we have username John at email.com. And then we have password. Okay, so that's for sign in. And then if we add our request body here, this is going to be the same, but we're going to add in confirm password. Actually, we should validate that on the UI. We shouldn't have to validate that on the back end. So, I don't know what else we collect with sign up. Oh, name. Okay. So sign in is email. Okay, so we need a name attribute for this one. Johnny John. Okay, so we're gonna save changes. And then let's create a mock endpoint. Let's go back here and let's look at our post request here. Okay, so we have sign in. Cool. Okay, so we don't have any input validation on these endpoints, but we can add that. So I wonder if I add another path, if I do API v1 forgot password, and then we add a method for post request, add response 200. We're gonna return an empty object here, and then the request is gonna have to have the email, or we can do username, I guess, to keep it consistent. John at email.com. I'm actually curious if this creates another interesting. Okay, so we definitely have a bug there, but that's okay. We'll address that later. So for the sake of hooking up our endpoints here, we will create a, what do we want to call it? An authentication repository, I guess. Let's see here. I kind of want to create a config. Let's just do a new file. Config.dart. Holding, including domain base. Okay. There we go. That's what I want. I don't care about that. I just care about this. Okay. Okay, so base URL, and I believe that the base will be the same. Yes, it will. Okay, so now we have the base URL here. Okay, so that's our base URL. And then we need an authentication repository. So auth repository. So we'll do bool is authenticated as false. Bool get is authenticated. Okay, so login future void sign up. We're actually gonna call this sign in for consistency. Okay, so then now we need to make an HTTP request. Make a post request to domain /sign in. Alright, so await. Dang it. I don't know which package to use, DO or HTTP. I don't know which package to use. We can just go to pub.dev, I guess. HTTP. Okay, so we can do this. Install that package. Okay, cool. Import HTTP package. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know why. So, final string domain is equal to config dot. Interesting. What do we call this? Config dot base URL. Okay, so now we have config string can be assigned to URI. I think it's URI.parse. I think. Alright, so then we have the body, and then we have our response. What does this actually return? It's a future response. Oh, it's not a future because we're waiting it, duh, dummy. Oh, it's gonna be HTTP response. That's right. Okay, cool. Okay, so response, we'll put this in a try catch. Shouldn't need to because we're gonna handle. And then we'll import material. We'll put this inside of this try catch. And then we'll check the status here. Check the response code to ensure. Okay, if response is set. Oh, we need to extend change notifier so we can notify listeners. Dude, why is this? Do I have to import? Oh, didn't spell it right. Okay, cool. So that's for sign in, and we can hit this and we'll see what the response is here. So if we go back to sign in page here, sign in screen, so we're gonna have to set up Charizard for Charizard.register singleton. Singleton here, and this is going to be auth repository, and then this is just going to be an instance of auth repository. Okay, so now we have the auth repository rendered or registered, but we're going to have to add it to main. So we'll come in here and add this as a provider. What? Okay, so cool. So now we have our auth repository, we have a copy repository, sign-in screen. We need to make sure whenever they tap the button, okay, so verify that email and password are not empty and that email is in a valid format. Okay. Well, I thought Copilot was going to help me here. So we're going to check. I think there's an email validator package we can use. Pubspec. I'm going to put this about here. Of course. Alright, now we're going to run pub get again. Alright, so now, instead of here, so if, I'm assuming email. What is our, do we not have? We don't have text editing controllers. Yeah, we don't have controllers. Interesting. Well, that's not by design. Dispose. We'll call dispose on these. I think that this super dot dispose goes at the end. Pretty sure. Okay, so now we have the email and password. Controllers. This is going to be a password controller. Password controller, and then this is going to be email controller. Okay, cool. So now if email controller dot text dot is empty or is empty, return. We should show a toast here. Let's use Flutter toast. I think that there's a toastification. There's another way. Cancel. Okay, we can try this one. I think I use this in a different package or a different project. I think anyways, I think. Okay, so show error message using Flutter toast. And of course it's not going to tell me what the code is for that. So Flutter toast, we'll just copy this. Okay, so we're going to open up that. We'll update our message. Gravity, colors red. Yep. I like all of that. Okay, cool. So now, if validate email. Okay, so if, what's that package that we were using? Email validator. So how do you use this? It's going to be email validator.validate. I'm assuming this should return a boolean. Email controller.text dot trim, because we're going to trim any white space out of there. We should do this as well. Dot trim. Just remove any white space. Does this return? Aha, so it does return. So if it equals false, we're going to return, and then at the end we're going to, all right, so auth repository. All right, so we're going to sanitize our data here. Oh, it already did that for us. Cool. We can put this as an await, and we can make this asynchronous. Cool. Cool. So we'll block the UI for that one, but that's okay. Sign in is a void. Because we are going to, we could show a toast here. Show toast. Cool. What I like about Flutter Toast is you don't have to have context. That's a big issue with a lot of like trying to deal with Toast is passing context around, so they've probably wrapped the entire project or something. Speaking of, I'm not sure if there's any additional setup with Flutter Toast or not. Example, installing. I think you just add it as a. So builder is Flutter Toast. Oh, hold on. It doesn't say we have to do anything, so let's go. All right, now we wait for build. Oh man, I lost my my stats. I want stats open. I restarted my computer for an update, and yeah, CPU. We're doing okay. Granted, we're not recording the screen like actually saving a video, which is what I want to get to, especially with Platypi. I want to add some stuff, so we'll let this build. While this builds, we'll pull this over here so we can see here. Alright, so now. Oh, yeah, email and password cannot be empty. Well, I'm curious though, I don't like where that's at, so if we'll come back in the sign in screen and we'll look at this toast. Gravity. What is the gravity? It'll do bottom. Alright, so length long, I guess. That did not fix my problem. Oh, that's because this is gonna be length. Oh, what? I want length long, bruh. Length long. Bottom. Okay, now we can test here. Email and password cannot be empty. Okay, so if I do boom, 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 boom. So another thing we should do is we should update the controller text with white spaces. Move. I don't know if we need notify controllers or not. We'll find out. Aha, we don't need notify controllers. Cool beans. All right. Boom. Okay, cool. So we'll do test at John or at email.com. Actually, we'll test our test. Sign in. Invalid email format. Cool. So that worked. Now sign in. All right. So we got a response. Cool. So the response, we got a refresh token, and we got weird stuff. So yeah, we're trying to do some marketing here, so that'll be out of the way here. So we actually got some weird stuff here. So we've received a list of refresh tokens. So that is invalid. So we're probably going to be done for today because we need to investigate some things on. It's just so weird. Why did I get a list? Because I'm hitting sign in, right? So if we come back in here. Yeah, we're hitting sign in. So I don't understand why we're getting a list. Which we did get. We did get a 200, so. Which is cool. Well, I'm a little shocked that we got a list and we're not getting that here. Let me copy and paste this into here. Method not. Oh, because it's a GET request. Dang it. There we go. Samples. Alright, so got some work to do on that one. Come back in here and see what we got here. So our API, okay, so API responses. Yeah, we should not be generating more than one type for objects. So that's a bug. We'll have to investigate that. So what do we want to do here? Well, while I'm live streaming, we will go ahead and check the we'll change the status code to just like a 500. And then okay, cool. So now we'll hit this endpoint with the simulator. Maybe. There we go. So we hit this again. We should throw an exception. Okay, cool, we did. Okay. So then we should show a toast. Failed to sign in. Okay, cool. Well, I think that's it for live streaming today. If you did watch or you watch in the future, I appreciate it. We have some things to resolve with Platypi. So we'll get those bugs knocked out, and we'll be